Okay, so I've got a new stitch for you today. So this is what we're going to be doing. I don't know if it actually has a name. I have searched high and low, but I can't find a specific name. So I'm going to call it single double cluster stitch, because basically what you do is you make a single crochet and a double crochet in the same stitch, then you skip a stitch, and then you do the same thing again. So it is a really nice straightforward stitch, and it gives you a nice dense textured finish, but that also has a little bit of laciness to it, but without being too see-through. So it's quite good for a lot of different projects where you don't want to be seeing too much skin if it's a garment. Yeah, so you can do hats, scarves. This is it's hard to show on this small format, but it's a colour blocked triangle scarf. Right. Okay, so to start with, we need 30 chain, which I've done here. Well, 31 actually, because there's a turning chain there. 30 is for the actual pattern itself. Okay, so we're going to skip this one because that's the turning chain. Skip that one because we skip before we make our stitches. Okay, so we're going obviously into that bottom loop again. So we've got a single crochet and then a double crochet in the same chain. And then we're going to miss that one, go into that one. So into that bottom loop again. Single crochet, double crochet. Sorry about the dog. It's going to be a feature of this video. Dog noises. Okay, so we've got that cluster there, then we skip, then we've got another cluster, then we're going to skip, then we're going to do another cluster. So I'll show you one more. Then you don't have to watch me do the whole row. Into there, single crochet, double crochet into the same stitch. Okay, so as you work along, you're obviously going to miss that one, work into that one, miss that one, work into that one, and so on. And you'll work your last 2 stitches into the very last chain there. But I'll pick up again at that point to show you that. Okay, so I've come to the last 2 chain here. So I've done my single double in there. I'm going to do my last single double into the end. Going right into that bottom loop again. Sometimes a little bit tricky on the end next to that slip knot. Let's get your hook in. Okay, single crochet, double crochet. Okay, so we should have 30, because that was the number of stitches we started with, plus our little chain here. So if you count the clusters, that's why I quite like this stitch, because you can always count the groups of 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Okay, so now we're going to turn. So we need our single chain again as a turning chain, like that, and then turn it over. So we want to work now. It's quite handy, this stitch, because you'll always see quite a big hole in the previous single chain from the previous row. It's quite evident where you're working into on this row, which is nice. Okay, so obviously skipping the first stitch and going in, just like we did in the last row, going into the next stitch after the one you've skipped. So we're doing single crochet, double crochet. And once you've got a nice beginning row, you've got more to hang on to, it's much nicer, it'll work up much more quickly. Okay, so we're going to skip that one and do single crochet, double, and so on until we go all the way down the row. So skip that one, work into that one, skip that one, work into that one, till we get to the end. And again, I'll show you how to turn. Okie doke. So I'll come back to you at that point. Okay, so I've come to the end of this row. I've done my last cluster stitch, and just like before, I'm just going to chain 1 to create that turning stitch. Sorry, every time I put the video on, my dog starts barking. He's actually barking at the mower that mows the grass behind our house. I like crochet, he likes barking at mowers. You know, each to their own. Okay, so we've done our turning chain. We're going to skip that first stitch, and then we're going to single crochet, double crochet, just like we did on the last row, into those nice obvious single crochet stitches all the way along. And that's it. So quite an easy one this time. You can grow this even at this size, make quite a nice scarf, change colours, keep going with it, and it is a really, really nice dense textured stitch. It looks really complicated, so everyone will be really impressed, and it's actually quite easy, but don't tell them that.